Hi folks, welcome to day 25 and you are more than welcome. I hope your journey so far has been enlightening and exciting, challenging, and we haven't finished yet. So what I'd like to do today is start off with some movement. Past couple of days have been a lot of me talking. Today I'd like to get you moving. So if you just get yourselves up or sat in a position that you're ready to do our warm-ups at this stage, then please do. I realise that I know the scroll thing's not working on live chat, but not for me anyway. I think for some of you it's working. It's just one of those things at the moment. But I wrote hey hey this morning, and when I was in Sweden training with my teacher, so my main teacher is from China. He's a Chinese master, but his wife is Swedish, and they moved to Sweden, which is a lot more convenient for me to go to than China. And I remember when you fly over Sweden, you go over the archipelago, and there are over 20,000 islands that you fly over. It is quite something. And I've never been there before. And everyone, when they welcome you, says, hey, hey, or hi, hi. And it just makes me smile. It just makes me smile. And the music that I play at the beginning of class, this morning's music, is my teacher's chin music. That's him playing it. So it just reminded me of that. I just thought I'd share that with you. So hey, hey, everybody. Or hi, hi. Bye, bye. Okay, so we're going to do our warm-ups. Let's settle in first. Settle into this class. Be aware of your posture. Pay attention to your connection to the three treasures: earth, you, and the heavens. Notice your breathing. Feel the coolness of the air touch the rims of your nostrils. Up into your nose, down deep into your belly. Filling your belly, your chest, your body with your inhale. Breathing out slowly back out through your nose. Feeling how the air has been warmed by your body. ting. I invite you to listen, to feel. Use your senses. Bring your mind back to your body. Visualize your blue sky, your original, pure, balanced mind. Your thoughts are the clouds. And your breath is the breeze that gently move your thoughts along, revealing the blue sky. Well done. Good, good. Gently, gently, let's shake. If you're sitting down, limb by limb, you may want to tilt to the sides if you're sitting down and forward a little, which we'll also do, those of you who are standing. Let your breath be audible. Shake out that stagnant air in the lungs. Get rid of it. We don't want it anymore. Replenish it, replace it with good air, fresh air. Try and take big, long, full breaths. Big, long out breaths. Keep on going. So move your body round. Get that shake into all the nooks and crannies of the body. You can sort of gently pump your hands, open and close them if you wish. Shake out through your tailbone. Shake your tail. Shimmy your shoulders. We hold lots of tension in the jaw, so relax your jaw. You may want to leave your mouth hanging open for a little bit. Don't worry if you start to dribble, no one can see you. Yeah, wonderful. So another 30 seconds of shaking so you know if you need to shake out anywhere that you haven't done so yet. If you're shaking out through your legs, try and allow your ankles and feet to go floppy. Easier said than done. Good. Slowly bring that to a standstill. Shift weight, widen your stance. Shift weight again, widen your stance the other way. Into the slosh. Remember, your feet don't have to be parallel. Sink into the kwa. And Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Use your mind to lead and guide your inner ocean. Breathe freely, fully, smoothly and evenly. Bring your mind into your body. Enjoy the swaying, the sloshing, the pouring. The inner ocean is an energy, nutrient-rich ocean. The past couple of days I've mentioned to you the importance of our organs, not just in the Western sense, but in the Eastern sense. And the sloshing helps us to open the body, massage the organs, and let them be nourished with your inner ocean. Good. Now, as we use the slosh and we go left to right, we're going to bring the feet back in for a normal hip width stance. So as we shift weight, opposite leg comes in, start to parallel the feet. Good. Now, using your lower dantian as the engine of the movement, we swing. Don't overswing, soften your knees just that little bit more if you're standing. Keep your knees pointing in line with your toes. Let your arms hang like pieces of rope from your shoulders. So this tapping of the body that the forearms and your hands are doing. Again, gently promote the flow of your inner ocean to the areas that you're tapping. Good. So now we're going to go into swing 2. So I slowly start to shift weight as my hands still swing, but I slow it down. And then I'm going to turn one leg out from the kwa, pivoting over the heel and making sure my knees, both knees, are in line with my toes. When you're ready, good. So the opening up of the kwa one side and leaving the other kwa, let's say, closed, is pushing and pulling your inner ocean from left to right. Good, well done. And now, the newest swing. Swing 3. Both feet forward for the moment. The arms swing backwards and forwards just to get the momentum going. Slowly start to bob downwards just a little bit, subtly. And when you're ready, one arm's going to swing across you in front of you, the other swing behind you. And we do the same leg movement. A swing 2. Up to the sides, then alternate. Up to the sides. Now, if this still is challenging, go super slow motion. Super slow. I'm going to go super slow now to help you. If you're happy doing this, then continue at the speed that you're happy with. So super slow motion. And you can go, or I should be talking, you could go. Sorry, couldn't resist. You can go at this speed for as long as you need to until you get the muscle memory. And then when you're ready, slowly let the arms create their own momentum. Good, well done. And now, bring your feet forward, facing forward. Just let the swing come to a natural end. And circle. New one. Circle your pelvis. So imagine that you're standing inside of a barrel. And as you move the middle part of your body, you're going to connect with some part of the barrel. Relax your shoulders, soften your knees, and bring your awareness to the pelvis, touching the inside of the barrel. and your knees soft. This helps to create movement in your knees, your ankles, your lower spine, which then travels up through your spine. And I'd like you to now bring your awareness down to the soles of your feet, as if you're drawing circles into the ground with the soles of your feet, all around your soles. It's like you're tracing a line around the edges of your feet into the ground. Now, if you're happy to, just let your shoulders roll. Don't do anything with them, but just take the tension away from the shoulders. So as you roll your pelvis, your shoulders can just naturally open. Good, and now let's change direction. So now we're feeling the circles being drawn in the opposite direction with the soles of our feet. Good. Now, if you're sitting down and doing this, please continue to do that if you're standing. If you're sitting down and doing this, you can do 1 foot at a time. You can just circle with your one leg down into the ground and draw a circle with the sole of the foot, and then change direction with that foot. Go to the other side, draw a circle one way with that foot, and then come round the other way. And you can see that you really are going to start to engage your knee, your ankle. If you want to stand up, you can do this using chairs as a prop, and you can just lean into that chair just so that you can, what you want to do is put a little bit of weight, shifting weight down into that leg. Not too much, but just a little bit, just so that you can feel the pressure with the sole of your foot into the ground. Good, well done. Okay, shake out. That's our warm-ups for today, and a new one, the circling. Again, these are all available as individual pre-recorded videos within the 30-day challenge section. If you look up there, I think I've actually entitled it warm-ups. You will see these in short videos that you can go back and watch just individually. So please, take a seat for a moment. Get yourselves nice and comfortable, have a sip of water, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. So, continuing from yesterday and the day before, the introduction to the meridians, fascia, and specifically the health official. Yesterday I shared with you the organs associated with the health official, the seasons that are the winter, the spring and the autumn, where we can really benefit from working with this area of the body. I shared with you that the health official is a deep meridian, so essentially it's at the core of our body, in the center of the body. I also shared with you its sort of personal qualities, that being it directs the creation of power, it distributes activity, it coordinates us, it works to enhance our focus and our willpower. So in traditional Chinese medicine, we also have what we call correspondences to each of the organs that we're working with. Remember, now we're working with the organ energy, the meridian where that organ energy runs through. So they are the kidney, the liver, and the large intestine. The winter is the kidneys, And there are a few things which are within the, I don't want to go into too much complicated depth, but it's called the 5-element theory. And within each, with each organ, there are correspondences that we can also help ourselves to nourish and nurture those organs. So in the winter, we can work with the kidneys, and we can understand that with the kidneys there is a sense of a sort of anxiety and fear that comes with disharmony in the kidneys. But there's also a colour, and the colour for the kidneys is like a midnight blue, a real beautiful midnight blue. And what we can do is visualize that colour in the kidneys. And you can visualize it as a mist. You can visualize it as a bright light. Or actually however you wish to visualize it or feel it. But the colour we associate with the kidneys is a midnight blue. Sometimes when we have a imbalance of our kidney qi, we might often make a groaning sound, and it's what we call the groaning sound. So just that sort of unusual sounds, and you know, we might notice it in others more than ourselves actually, but the groaning sound is associated with an imbalance of kidney qi too. And we also have a corresponding tissue. I'm not talking Kleenex tissue here, I'm talking about part of the body. And the tissue that corresponds with the kidneys are the bones. So bones and kidneys sort of go together, as it were, so the health of your bones. So if you are somebody that does have a bone condition or a condition that affects your bones, then in particular you want to be looking after your kidneys in order to be able to look after your bones as well. Okay, so they all relate to each other. And it goes on and on and on with the 5-element theory. So when we talk about the seasons, we'll talk about a different organ, we'll talk about its correspondences, its colour, its emotions, its sound, its corresponding tissue, and we can really start to understand how this interplay in the body connects us as whole beings. And as we slowly now move into the spring, in the next couple of weeks I will be introducing the correspondences for the spring. That's not going to happen in this 30 days, and that's what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks' time as we move into the spring. So when we work with the health official, there are also sensory qualities. Now this isn't relative to any particular organ, this is a general sensory qualities when we work with the health official. And those qualities are authenticity, sincerity, vitality, stillness, and introspection. So when we're working with the health official, there is this sense of being sincere to ourselves, to others, restoring our vitality, but also at the same time being able to be still and just reflect, internally reflect. And that again is the area of the body that we use. So yesterday we started playing with movements 1 and 2, and I call it playing because I really want you to come at this joyfully rather than your head. I want you to get out of your head, get into your body and feel what it is that you're doing. So remember we did the visual meditation, and so many of you reported back that you felt a sense of something moving within your body and you weren't actually moving. It's quite hard to do and feel that when you are actually moving. Sometimes it's stronger when you're just doing the visual meditation. So in order to help you to create that same feeling of internal movement through the body, I'm going to offer you another analogy and metaphor, a technique that I share. So your mind and your chi move together with your hands. So as you're doing a movement, the position of your hands where they correspond to your body is where you bring your mind to and your chi to. So it is this constant movement of chi through your body, through specifically at the moment the health official. And sometimes we'll get it and then it will go and then we'll pick it back up again. And please, please, please remember that don't expect to be able to work with the entire health official with all of the movements. You're not going to be able to, because some of the movements won't engage parts of the health official, but they will engage parts of it. So for instance, compressing the pearl will engage the top part of it, and that's perfect. Flying hands will engage a little bit more of the health official, as will the third movement, so on and so forth. If you introduce the pulsing, which we practiced a couple of weeks ago now, that will help to engage more of the health official because you're actually engaging your legs too. So as we're doing the movements, we want to feel a sense of this, of the chi, of the movement and internal movement within us. So toothpaste. Toothpaste. A tube of toothpaste. One of these squishy tubes is what I'm on about. And imagine this as your body. And it's a used tube of toothpaste. And the reason why I use this is to show you that imagine that you've got your toothpaste at the bottom. Whenever we've got toothpaste, if you're like me, and you want to use the bottom of the toothpaste, we squeeze from the bottom and we push the toothpaste up to the top part of the body. And then with our action, with whatever movement it is that we're doing, with our mind, Yi Dao, Qi Dao, with our hands, wherever our hands are corresponding to the body, we then can push the toothpaste slowly back down the body. And then the hands might come up. So let's say we're doing movement 2, flying hands. Hands go, as the hands come up, toothpaste comes up. As the hands go out and fly away, out through your arms and back down through your body, toothpaste goes down. So get a sense that the toothpaste is the chi, your inner ocean, a little bit more solidified, if you like, not solid, but just more voluminous. And you're pulling and pushing and moving and sloshing the chi around, just like you would do moving toothpaste up and down through a tube. So, movement 2, just discussed. Movement 3, when you're doing this one here, you can imagine that the toothpaste is coming up and out, and with my arms, it goes out to my fingertips, and I bring it all the way back down, reverse the movement. And we can just, it's, at this stage, it's just good enough just to imagine that. If you can slowly start to feel that there is this movement going on, like you do with your visual meditation, perfect. But don't think it's not happening if you're not sort of immediately feeling this toothpaste analogy going through your body. That's unreasonable. So, to think that having never done anything like this before, to expect yourself to be able to do it immediately. It is going to take time and practice. And that's the beauty of Qigong. You're learning new life skills that are going to nourish you. And that journey of learning and discovering and feeling, and it might not be for a month or 2 or 4. Then you think, oh wow, I can feel that. And as soon as you overthink it, you lose it again. So just go back into enjoying the movement, adding these layers. So the toothpaste is another skill, another layer you can start to add to your practice now. So toothpaste. You will hear me occasionally say toothpaste in my main classes, and now you know what I mean by toothpaste. And I might just drop that seed, and if that seed has grown within you, then you'll be able to slowly start to use it. I bet you look at toothpaste differently next time you squeeze your tube. So please stand and let's move some toothpaste through our bodies. Get yourself nice and comfortable, standing or sitting. Now, in time, you'll feel confident enough to go at your own speed with your own breath. I appreciate now, though, because you're learning and taking lots of stuff on board, you might want to sort of go with my speed, and that's absolutely fine. I don't necessarily go at my speed, my true speed, when I'm teaching, because that can sometimes be really, really slow, and could be quite hard for you if your breath isn't that slow and that deep. So I try and go at a pace that I think hopefully achieves a balance. But enjoy it. Enjoy this practice. I'm going to guide you now, and we'll just see where we get together. Okay. So let's stand and settle back into not only this Wu Qi posture, but this Wu Qi posture is a state of being as well. So let's take a few moments to check in. Breathe. Connect your 3 treasures. Ting. Before we start moving, just remind yourself to work to 70% of what you're able to do, or less. We've already done 15-20 minutes of warm-up, so some of you may be feeling a little tired already, having used your body. It doesn't mean we can't do the form, it just means that you just go very lightly, and if you need to pause, take a break, please do. Just join in when you're ready to. The times that you are still, visualize yourself doing it. Let your hands float out. Discover your qi, yawning armpits, maybe a gentle pulse through your body. And all we're doing now is just connecting, feeling, discovering. now, always starting with your breath. That is the essential and foremost layer that we add. Breathing in, we start to compress the pearl. Breathing out. Okay, so we're used to this movement now, so it doesn't take too long to get into it. If you're happy to swim through the thick air and use the puppet joints, please do. So let's play with this toothpaste idea. From your sternum, your breastbone, spreading outwards to your rib cage. Let's just play with that space now. So you continue doing the hand movement. I'm just going to show you, direct you on my body. Toothpaste goes from here to here, to here, to here, to here. Remember, you're thinking about the whole rib cage, whole sternum. What's really good practice, albeit it's not with the health official, as in blue shaded areas, but you may want to continue moving the toothpaste out to your shoulders now, then back to your sternum. Shoulders, back to your sternum. And then maybe you want to go to your elbows, then all the way back through your shoulders, rib cage, sternum. Remember, don't worry if you can't quite feel it, visualize it happening. Give it time. Let's go to our wrists. So from the sternum, as we breathe in, we move the toothpaste all the way through our arms to the wrists and back up through the arm, sternum. And let's go to the fingertips, all the way to your fingertips, thumbs as well, and back to the sternum. Good, well done. So now we're going to transition into movement 2. Let's come back in. So we exhale, turn your palms, fingers point down. Let's just do the movement first. Get into the rhythm of the movement. Muscle memory kicks back in with your breathing in and out. Adding a subtle pulse to your movement. If you're sitting down, you can just engage your spine a little bit more if you're able to. Good. So the pattern of movement that we're going to trace with our mind, moving the toothpaste, is from your feet all the way up through your legs, the left and right hand parallel lines up through your body, to your shoulder nests, out through your shoulders, arms, fingers, back down to your feet, and we start again. So, let's move the toothpaste from your toes to your heels. Just continue your movement. From your toes, heels to your ankles. Then we're going to go up, halfway up our lower legs, halfway up the lower legs, so toes to your heels, ankles, halfway up the legs. Good. We're going to bring the toothpaste up to the knees, always starting off from the toes. And then we're going to come up, halfway up our thighs. Right up into the quad. And then let's come up from the quad to the midriff, the space, squashy space, just below your rib cage. Good. I'm going to do one more. And just let your hands float down either side of you, back into Uchi. Have a little shake out. Well done. So ordinarily, when we're going through our form, as you've experienced before, we don't spend as long as that on a movement. Because I'm teaching you this new skill, we just take a little bit more time doing it. So what you may have already found is that you might be able to connect with, let's call it the toothpaste, in different parts of your body. It might be the same, left and right, it might be different. You might be able to feel it more on your right or your left. Each time you repeat the movement, you become aware of where it is free-flowing, the toothpaste, or where it's stuck, you can't connect with. So next time you repeat the movement, bring your awareness a little bit more with a spotlight attention to the area that you are finding hard to feel. So let's say, for instance, for argument's sake, that you were doing this and both feet were fine, you got to your heels, that was okay, Then you got to your ankles and you thought, I can get my right ankle, but I can't get my left ankle. I just can't connect with it. Next time you go round, your hands go down, your spotlight slowly starts to go into a narrow beam, and you put your spotlight into the ankle. You might want to slow your movement down, and then your spotlight opens up as you continue. And just see how that works for you. And you can do that for everything that we do when we are making and building a connection with mind and body. You can slowly start to use your attention spotlight. Keep it wide beam when you're doing broad work and everything's flowing. And then when you're noticing there are areas of disconnect or blocked, however you want to describe it, slowly narrow your beam down, your mind, not your eyes, to that area to be able to concentrate and focus on it. And do that as many times as you need, and work with this slowly. Don't get caught up in a place. Don't get caught up in, I can't get my left ankle, and 3 months' time, I still can't get my left ankle. Continue to work through your body as a whole, but each time you come to places in your body, you know just to slow down, bring your awareness there a little bit. And if there are quite a few places, then just work on different places each time you repeat your movement. And then move on to your next movement in time. 2 or 3 minutes per movement for your own practice, so you've got a good, at least a 20-minute practice. 20 minutes is the Goldilocks time for our practice. That's a time where your muscles slowly start to relax, so does your nervous system start to get the benefits. Your body starts to warm up after that time, and your fascia starts to melt, and then you're going to slowly start to reap the benefits. But don't get caught up in a particular movement or in a particular part of your body. It will take time. And hey, we've got time. Enjoy the journey. Don't just want to rush up to the top of the hill to catch the view. So, unfortunately, there aren't any questions that can be had or shared at the moment. However, I am available through the WhatsApp. Just give me a ping. I am available through email, and obviously there's Slack too. So, excuse me, we just had someone turn up, and Cara's getting nice and excited. Hello, sweetheart. Yes, I know. You're excited that people are here. Are you finished or not? So let's have a narrow stance, and let's close today's session. Breathe in and out. Again, in and out. And once more. And close. Thank you. Well, that's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from an excitable Cara. Until tomorrow, look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe. Bye-bye.